Not all legends wear capes. Some wear denim, sling a bass guitar over their shoulder, and scream into a mic while thousands of metalheads lose their minds. Yeah, we're talking about Tom Araya, the voice of Slayer. But here's the thing. Tom wasn't always the guy melting faces on stage. He was born way far from the mosh pits. June 6, 1961, in Viña del Mar, Chile. When he was just 5, his family packed up and moved to Maywood, California. Immigrant family, modest life, nothing too wild yet. He grew up in a Spanish-speaking home surrounded by the sounds of hard rock and heavy metal. Thanks to his older brother, Tom got hooked on bands like Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, and Led Zeppelin. He picked up a bass, and before long, music was more than just a hobby, it was his escape. Now here's a twist most people don't expect. Before Slayer, Tom was actually working as a respiratory therapist. Yep. A guy helping people breathe in hospitals would later scream lyrics like "raining blood" at full volume. Funny how life works. That hospital gig, it paid for Slayer's first album, Show No Mercy, back in 1983. That record was raw and aggressive, kind of like a punch in the face, but people loved it. Slayer was born, and metal would never be the same. Then came 1986, and Rain in Blood, if you know, you know. That album was a game changer, fast, brutal, and unapologetic. But it wasn't all headbanging and guitar solos. Songs like Angel of Death sparked major controversy because of their lyrics about Nazi Dr. Josef Mengele. People freaked out. Is Slayer promoting this, they asked? But Tom, he said, look, we're telling stories. It's like a horror movie. We don't condone it, we just present it. Fair point, right? Now let's step off stage for a second, because when Tom wasn't touring or recording, he was actually super low-key. He married his wife Sandra, and they had 2 kids. Eventually, they moved to a ranch in Buffalo, Texas. That's right, the Slayer frontman raising cattle and living the quiet life. Here's something else a lot of fans find surprising. Tom's a devout Catholic. Not what you'd expect from someone singing about hell and the apocalypse. But he's always said, this is art. I'm not preaching, I'm performing. And honestly, that kind of balance takes guts. Of course, things weren't always easy. Years of headbanging night after night took a serious toll on his body. He ended up needing back and neck surgeries, and touring got harder and harder. It wasn't just the physical pain, it was the emotional weight too. In 2018, Slayer announced their final tour, and in November 2019, they played their very last show in Los Angeles. The final moment, Tom just stood there, staring at the crowd. No words, just silence. It was powerful. You could feel the emotion in the air. Since then, Tom's been living quietly. No drama, no scandals, just peace on the ranch, family time, and the occasional Slayer throwback post. He's said he doesn't miss the chaos, and after 40 years of shredding stages, can you blame him? As of now, Tom Araya's worth around $14 to $16 million. But more importantly, his real legacy isn't money. It's what he meant to millions of fans. The music, the moments, the mayhem. He helped build a genre. He inspired a movement. Tom Araya isn't just a metal icon. He's proof that you can be hardcore and humble, loud on stage and soft-spoken in life. A healer turned headbanger turned legend. He didn't just play metal, he lived it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tom Araya's life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story about the legends of music. Got a favorite Slayer moment? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay loud, stay legendary.